King's Knight.
You
It's an
still
honor
think
to meet
that
you.
somebody should have to sit through the 10 hours of G clicking to get out, do the story for 60? Do you think at this point they should just give somebody a... I feel like the best way to do it is to just have any new player now just loads into Trixion and they get the option to do the major story events like you do when you power pass the thing. Like all the characters all should start at level 50. Because although boost them straight to T3. I mean, I'm with you, Irma. If it was me, I'm gonna say what I want. If it was me, I think what?
But I don't know if Irma meant that truthfully.
No.
Maybe he did, but
good.
My thing is, I think that if a new player comes in the game now, their first character they make should be sent into a, like I said, a little basically a trial of the game's like story, like TLDR story, like the one we have for when we power pass a character as an option, right? But they can't skip it as a new player. They can't skip as a new player. They have to do it. It takes it's probably like 2 hours instead of like the whatever the fuck, and then it just has them do like a TLDR version of like Yorn and Phaeton, and then like you could drop them off at Punica. I would say at this point you might want to just drop them off at South Vern. So they do a TLDR. They don't even need to do Punica. Punica doesn't add anything to the fucking world other than a harem. So like I don't know.
It's waifus, the most important addition.
I think that you could just drop somebody straight off at like literally 1340. And then what they should do is drop them off at South Vern 1340, and then have the South Vern quest chain at the end of it give them their 1370 set. That's my... And then after that, I guess you could argue maybe we're not far enough along to give them anything farther, but I'd say we are. But I would be satisfied if players just had their character, if they played for like 5 hours for 1370. That's me. If
I think that
there. Could you deliver
I
this
think that
pouch
would be
to
good.
Evan?
I think that you want to get people to where they can experience the good content.
Not even that, just another player.
Yeah, as fast as you can. And right now, the good content and the players are in tier 3, like way deep into tier 3.
My brother just got done doing this. It's, if you try and are playing, it's about 40 hours of game, like 40 to 50 hours of game time to get tier 3. Like even if you know what's happening, it's like still 40, 50 hours of like just constant play. Like that's unrealistic. And like it's unrealistic to a player to spend that long and literally encounter no other players. So like
in an MMO, I think that obviously you should still keep that stuff in and whatever, but like you should definitely have your like try and push people towards getting into the end game, and like the end game is tier 3 and the end game realistically is 1370.
Welcome. I've been looking for you.
Like make them do some stuff, teach them about honing, teach them about guardian raids, make them fight Ernil, make them have some idea of what's going on in the story. They have some attachment to what's going on. But like have as quick as you can, within a day, they should be into what's 1370 Guardian? Is that Yoho?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be into Yoho jail within a day.
People should be boosted 1385 and then dropped up to fight Velgano solo.
Yeah, and if they fail, it deletes the account.
I also think that it'd be fair to like have this TLDR version of the story include Island. Like they have the ability to just teleport the player around. Like you'd be like, oh, you finished, you did the Blacksmith Island, you did that objective. Okay, cool. Teleport you to the next zone. Like they can still teleport the player around without making them spend all the tedious time walking for this TLDR thing, because they don't have Bifrost yet. They don't know, like, but like I don't think a player should have to spend longer than, like, I'd say up to 20 hours. 20 hours should be how long it takes of game time to be at Yoho. And that's all Probably
that's
too
long.
long.
Evan must
Yeah.
be somewhere
I think it
around
should be
here.
like 5, 10 at most.
Evan. I thought he was my friend.
I also have bots, so but like if we did not have a bot problem, I would say if we didn't have a bot
What is
issue,
that? Does that even
it only makes
affect the bots?
only makes the bots stronger.
I guess, but like,
His
Why
lordship
is there a
Cal
scenario?
has made a difficult decision.
because you have to go beat up some dudes. Are you not paying attention to the gripping story that you're taking part in?
I just want West to pop up for.
You're not anywhere close to that yet.
Because you can only have one more quest.
That's what you think.
You probably won't because these guys don't have one in Friendly 3 for some reason.
I'm taking Evan to the port guards.
Give me silver worth.
The game has to be able to pull in new players, and it is unable to gather new players with the way things are currently set up because it's just impenetrable to get through tier 1 and tier 2.
And even dropping somebody off it, like people don't make any gold for that because of the bot problem. So like even dropping them off at 1370, it's not like you're really giving them that much. Just allowing them to play with another player, maybe it's probably bot. I don't know. Like you just got to give a lot of free
I
shit.
always thought Evan was my friend.
Any free shit you give will
I
be
was
taken
wrong.
advantage of by the bots.
For some reason, people also seem to hate other players getting.
I mean, it's free. It's old free shit. Like Yoho is ancient history at this point.
I mean, if I had it my way, players would be dropped off at 1445. That's when the game begins. That's when characters begin.
I think 14 15 is the latest I would go. So I think 14 15 is pushing it.
1445, they can start like 1445 and give them 2 engravings. Like, just give them 2 of their choice, legendary. They make the wrong choice because they don't research it. Well, I mean,
at least they had 2 for free.
Yep. Like, I'm not gonna be upset about that. As a player is a veneer.
As long as I also get the 2 free engravings, smile.
I don't give a fuck about the free engravings.
Smash. I want the free shit.
Boomer game.
True.
For the day. Okay, those are all the quests done for those. Or I used those 4 things. They're all gone.
I think 1445 is too overwhelming to play players at.
Yeah, I just feel like 1415. They also don't get to really interact with players still.
I mean, you're at the precipice of Vulcan to where people still run normal Vulcan. Somewhat. I do. Smile. 1415 puts you past Yoho and Velganos, so you can get into Descaluda jail. South Vern is the last story thing we have, right?
Yep.
And that was 1370?
1440.
Mm,
Isn't Rowan fucking 1490 to enter?
I don't know.
Rowan was supposed to come out after Hard. Rowan came out after Hard Bro. Interesting that we're getting it before. If I crash when I load this nameless valley.
Is it like the in South Vern? Most of the rewards were lower than what it took to enter it. Like it was giving us a lot of regular honor leaf stones when we were already on greater honor leaf stones. Is that the same case with Rowan, or?
Rowan gives the new shit because it came with Hard. Or I think actually Rowan gives. Actually, Rowan probably gives greater honor. The vendor,
honor or marvelous.
The vendor and stuff though from all the island tokens and shit like that gives like multiple legendary engraving selections and legendary card pack. Seeing that vendor also comes with a skin. Like you get a skin for your side, whatever faction.
I don't know. To me, if the economy is not doing terribly right now, to where I don't think they need to. Or I think the frog was very good.
All the actions from the frog have basically been undone.
Not undone.
Working our way back towards.
Yeah, we're unwinding it, but there's still some frog presence. I can still hear his ribbits.
Frog still needed to stay around for like 2 more weeks.
Maybe. I think it would have been fine if it stayed around a little longer, but I also think it was fine that it left.
It should not cost more.
I would have erred on the side of.
It should not cost more than 10. It should not cost more than 10,000 for any single class book other than the brand new classes. At this point.
Maybe.
I think the biggest problem with the game though is the new player experience. Out of all the issues, I think that's already our biggest issue. It's even bigger in Korea. It's almost unsolvable for Korea. They basically doomed themselves by not resetting the game already with a new tier. So but the problem's even worse for us, I think, because of how fast we're moving too. But we need to be moving that fast. We need to be moving faster. So they needed to have a whole new system ready, but they haven't fixed the system in their version of the game. So
yeah, they weren't even ready for Korea's new player experience. So can they be ready for NA's? It definitely is something that they need to focus on and have in mind. Is you constantly need to have players coming in and out of the game. So you need to be able to onboard players that have fallen off. You need to be able to get them back on, and then you also need to be able to take new players and get them on. Which I'm sure these are things that they think about. But
it was obvious from Loa on that they do think about them, but that they're a little bit disconnected because they don't actually understand or they don't want to give up some of the. They gave the new card sets right for the new player, but while that's cool and all, the only thing that does is label somebody as really a new player, and then get them.
Never invited.
You had the right idea, but you also don't understand, right? So there's also always the lingering thing of getting rid of some of these systems does take away from the amount of money they can make. So cards are a very big sink. Things like the card system are would they ever get rid of that?
You need to get rid of cards. I just think you need to have.
No, that's the big thing people are talking about Korea right now is they just need to remove cards. They're too.
I think we're still at a point in.
Cards are the card system is broken. The more longer it's around.
Yeah, that's what it's designed to be, though, is a long-term investment thing.
Yeah, but it's
distinguish.
But it's too big, I guess, is the people's current opinion. It's too big of a difference.
It doesn't matter. So it's a long-term investment thing that you're meant to be able to distinguish yourself with, that you've been here playing for a long time. But here's the kicker. being able to distinguish that you've been here a long time doesn't fucking matter. What matters is actually being able to play the game with other people and having other people come into the game. So what they need to do is abandon this idea that having things that signify that you're this veteran player that's been in the game for a long time, that doesn't fucking matter. You need to be able to boost up the cards faster as a new player. Not a new card set, the card set. And that also means, oh no, people that have been around for a while, they might also be able to get their card set, and or, oh no, the people that have been around for a while, oh, I had to take, 4 months of, or even longer, multiple years of farming cards to be able to get the card set, and now this new player gets it in like a week. Wah, get over it. You've had it for longer. Like, you farmed it so that you could have it, not so that other people couldn't have it.
Yeah, I think the way that cards, like,
yeah,
it's a twofold. Like the quantity of cards that are needed and the way they are obtained is a little. Personally, it should just, like, I don't know, for our, like, they could maybe leave it the same for us for a bit, but like, it's already a problem. Like, I think that to fully awaken a card, it should just take 5 copies of the card. If you want to leave it as a copy thing, just have it take 5 copies, 1 per bubble, or 6, because you need, yeah, have it take 6 total, and just call it good. That's still not the quickest thing to get. Some people, and you still have to hunt for the. It's like,
and have it to where new players can get card packs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I also think that's a part of getting the free shit. I think when a new player joins the game, they should get fucking like 10 selection packs. Like, dude, they're a new player. They need to be wowed and captivated. It doesn't make any sense to short arm
You need
them.
to have stuff for the new players to do. You can't just give them everything, because not only would that mean that, oh no, you've invalidated all of the old players' investment, which I don't think is fiddlesticks. But the other thing is that you need to have stuff for the new player to do. You can't just give them everything. But there is still so much to do.
Yeah, card farming is not something they need to worry about.
Yeah.
I don't see how card you go played a long time. Just farm Abyss Dungeon plus buy Mari's.
You can only do Abyss Dungeon once a week. You can only do Mari's a certain, like, cards definitely are a long-term investment thing. That means that as
for
a signifier
most people,
that you've played.
Yeah. There are ways to rush them. I think for most people they are a symbol of how long they've played the game, or a sign. And that time played the game, times how long they've been with the game could be just, it could also just equal raw hours too. You can kind of play how quickly pumping characters.
Cards are meant to be a long-term investment, and long-term investments are good things to have in your game. Like, you want there to be things that people can work towards. However, you need to make it so that new people coming in.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say, yeah. Who the fuck is gonna farm tier 1 and tier 2 Abyss? Yeah, I don't think that should be like. Yeah, the way they're acquired is dumb, or the efficient way to acquire them is potato.
You need to come up. You need to say, okay, great, you've done your long-term goal. Here's a new long-term goal that you and new players can work towards. And now new players don't have to work as long to get to the previous long-term goal. Like, you can't just keep a long-term goal as a thing that you just have to work towards as a new player forever. Like, in 5 more years, will the player coming in need to get the Light of Salvation 30 from fucking nothing? Like, that's unacceptable. And take the same amount of time that we have taken. And you might say, well, will I work towards any of the long-term goals then, if they're just going to make it to where eventually you'll just be able to get them for free? I would say that if that's your attitude towards it, then, like, tough luck. they like, that's a bad attitude
You guys
to
played
have.
since release? How many card runs you done? I did card runs. Not really a bunch of tier 2, but for a while there I was doing Orejas at the end of every week, and now instead of doing Orejas now I just do Argos on every character. as my card runs, but I've been shifting the goalposts. But yeah, I definitely don't do nearly all of them. I also don't buy Maris. I hate spending currency on card packs. Mainly because I think it's stupid way to get them. I think both ways are dumb. I think doing the old Abyss dungeons for... I just think it too low of a drop chance, I guess, to feel worth.
I don't know, my path to getting my card sets is just get lucky forehead.
That's the whole path. That's everybody's path. Even if you do 200 boss runs a week or card runs a week, you can still have the same amount of cards that you have. You could just only drop Guardian to win. Also, there should definitely be a system where once you get capped on a card, it takes it out of the drop pool. That just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, that's not a part of the system.
You don't just want some more Armins for your card XP? I think it does take it out of the drop pool. It just replaces it with card XP drop.
And also it replaces my other drop.
Oh yeah. Specifically, it's long-term goals that give character power that need to be, like, looked at and either rotated to where, like, we have various different things to
The
work
goalpost
towards,
should
and
just...
then some get... Yeah.
Because like the reason why giving like vertical shit for free to a player, this vertical progression to a player for free, makes sense to me is because there's so much horizontal shit that's like basically required that they'd still have to do. So like,
and also there's still so much vertical shit that's required. Like,
I feel like at least giving them some like, I'd be more upset by them giving the horizontal content for free.
I mean, where's your distinction between horizontal and vertical, though?
I guess if it's in the Alt L menu.
Because, like, skill points are pretty vertical.
Yeah. I guess I would just consider anything in the Alt L menu to be horizontal progression. Maybe it is more than that.
But I also think it's fine to have new players have to do some work to get vertical, like, even what would be, like, tedious vertical stuff, just not, like, RNG long-term tedious stuff.
Got another couple weeks now without an LOS card. Realize that.
Is your aren't card running hard enough?
Last reset was the first reset I missed Argos on some characters.
Like, you're not going back and doing Gate of Paradise.
Oh fuck no.
Or,
I won't even go back and do Oreha. It's too far gone. If I could do a version of Oreha with no ads, yeah, I'd do it.
I need the premium Oreha. I want to subscribe to Oreha so
Two
I
boss
don't get ads.
platforms. I jump between them. Actually, the second Oreha dungeon's fine. It's the fucking clown one. Shit is so annoying.
Surprised!
Clown that's annoying.
It's ad.